Hello, everyone.
What's up? It's Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the Ivy Studio Weekly Show, where
We
two
talk
of
about
us
nothing.
talk about what it's like making board games week in, week out. And this week, as you can see behind us, I'm shooting 10 videos. Austin's been shooting some as well, but my favorite thing is you just kind of get to see whatever this room looks like on a week-to-week basis. It's just a mess back here.
You should see under the desk. I need to clean it up. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just trash. It's just Austin's trash.
In my defense, Cody was like, I just threw everything under the desk. I hope that's okay. Now, in Cody's defense, I also had already trashed under the desk, so it wasn't like he was like creating a new problem.
Yes, our musician friend Cody Fry sometimes uses our studio to shoot his, they're like score videos where his music is like pop meets orchestra. It's like orchestral pop, if you will.
There it is.
And he does these like score sheet videos top down. That's in our studio. If those Venn diagrams crossing over here. If not, we'll keep going. But yeah, it's just a bunch of trash under there, and it's all of Austin's
failed
attempts. Oh, look. Austin shot. So we have Cellar coming out. Cellar is an expansion for Tend. It is a 3-game mini campaign. I made a game this week, or a video this week of like, what do we call it? A 3-game mini series or a mini campaign?
You can't say mini series because then it sounds like it's just a 3-game series. It's a 3-game series.
3-game series. Anyways, Austin shot one. And then he started it over, and then he kept going, and then he finished it, and then he decided it was no good, and then he was going to do it again, and then he started over that one again, and then he shot another one. It only took him 18 hours.
Normally, I would have just, given up on my pride and been like, I had a bad game, we can show it anyway. However, by the 3rd game, I realized I was having a bad game, and I just got more and more childish about what was happening. It was not good content, in addition to being a bad score. And so I was like, I need to reshoot this.
You're used to a certain level of play, but you also have to realize most people don't play these games as much as you play these games by necessity.
It's not me I'm worried about, it's Toby and Max.
They're not going to watch the video.
Oh, Toby will watch it.
Yeah, Toby will watch it.
Max won't. Max doesn't care.
Yes, so if you're new here, Austin and I are both game designers. Toby is the original designer of Tend. Max is the other game designer on the team, and so we all work on these things. And Toby is very, very good.
Max is
almost just as good at Tend as old Tobes.
Old Tobes. Me and Zac, a little further behind. However, I will say Zac has surpassed me recently. You had an incredible Cellar game last time we played.
It's because I take like 10-minute turns.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like to think with thoughts.
That Cellar game though, I really hope people don't hate watching me play it because I tried to play very fast and I talked through what I was doing and I had a blast on the final playthrough. And I did not score as high as Toby or Max, but I scored good for me, and so I was very happy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you looked great. I just would pop in there and, it looked like you're having a good time. It
was just like a Twilight Imperium's worth of time between all the times I started over. It was just like 8 to 10 hours. It wasn't a huge deal.
At least. So that's what Austin's been doing. He's just been stuck in this room playing the same game of Cellar over and over again. But to that point, you will be able to play the Cellar game alongside him. I'm quite pleased with the work that I've been doing on the Companion app.
Yeah.
You can actually go there right now, tend-companion.iv.studio. And you can check little toggles now for Hive and for Cellar. And the tricky part about Cellar is you actually need to pick cards at the start of the game, which is a totally new feature. So everybody gets 3 choices of cards, one from season 1, one from season 2, one from season 3. You pick it, the next player gets to pick, and so on. And then those get shuffled into the deck. And then between game 1 and game 2, you get to keep a card that you played with, and every player gets to choose one of those. And so it's like, how do you save between those? How are people going to, pick up where they left off with the seed? And then also, how could, we pick cards at the beginning of the game, how can I make sure I have the same deck that you have?
Right.
And so now there's a little QR code in the menu, and the QR code will auto-update based on the cards you've picked. So that way, we pick the cards on Austin's phone or his tablet, and then once we're ready and in the game, I can scan the QR on Austin's phone, and I'll have the exact same setup of him as him. And then you get to the end of season 1, we'll all pick our cards, and it will show you like, hey, screenshot this QR code, and then you screenshot it, and then the next time you're ready to go, you just all load that QR code, and then you're ready for game 2, and it tracks it all. It's very fun.
Not only did Zach do all of that and do it really, really well, but I was like, hey, Zach, I'm playing Cellar tomorrow. Can you have that done for that? That won't be too hard, will it? And so Zach was like, in 14 hours?
I think this
and
was
he got
at
it
4 p.m.
Yeah, no, it was not the nicest thing I've done.
No. You were like, it's not a big, like, we don't have to have it.
It doesn't have to happen.
But I was like, let's see if we can get it done. And I had like laid a lot of groundwork anyways. And then also it didn't really work. There was a lot of errors that we discovered while you were playing your first playthrough. So it's also, I'm glad that you played a second time.
Yes, it would have been a little bit hard for Zach to fix it to be the same game because something we did changed the seed somehow and we didn't know how. So anyway, we reshot it Monday and it was great.
I have been working on something, but I also wanted to, before we get there, based on the title of this video, you might be here being like, Honor's End updates? Yes.
Dude.
We spent a lot of time this week
That's what I did this week.
Our mass production copy of Honor's End, for the most part.
MPC. We didn't have the dice.
Which we kind of, we're getting the dice.
We've had the dice
We've had
before.
the dice. We know what they're going to look like.
We know what they're going to look like. And then the books are on the way to my house. It's almost there. I'll have them for you next week.
That'll be exciting to see them in their final glory.
Is there anything else? Oh, the secret boxes.
The secret boxes, what's in the secret boxes. We didn't get those either.
And no, that's it.
And it's one of those things where I have many thoughts about this. First, hate it. I hate this part of the process because
hate Honor's End.
I hate Honor's End. No, I hate this part of the process because these things have already been made. We are just getting them to be like good. I don't even know why we get them. No, I do know why we get them, because if we get them and there's a mistake in them, then we can either decide to print them again or something and pay a bunch of extra money, which we have done in the past. Or maybe, sometimes the manufacturer makes a small error that they will pay for and correct, which has also happened in the past. And it's just a very nerve-wracking moment because it's really like, this should be perfect. And then you go through every little bit of it, and if it's not perfect, then it's going to cause stress and delays and all that stuff. So it's a very stressful moment, but then when the stress is all over, then it's very nice, kind of, but then you're done. But then it took all day, so I don't know if it's nice at all.
No, it's a painstaking process, but the MPC, the mass production copy, like Zach said, is the one we just got, and we poured through every detail. This was probably the hardest one we've ever had to do, because there's like a lot of hidden information in Honor's End, and we have to make sure that hidden information is coming out at the right times and is organized correctly. And shout out to Longpack, our manufacturer, for this one.
They nailed it.
They nailed it. The MPC did not have a single card out of place, except for in the very first packing, one card from the enemy deck is in one deck, and the other 8 cards in the other. They're fixing that even.
They're fixing that?
They're fixing that. I said, did you assemble these cards yet? And they said, no, we haven't wrapped them. And she was like, we can just move this card from here and then wrap it. And so like they're paying for it.
It's really not necessary.
I was just letting her know, like, hey, future print runs, like, let's get this, like, whatever over here.
As soon as you crack open the packs, it's not in the hidden envelopes. It's just like, there is like one enemy. All the enemies are in this, sealed packet, and then that enemy got put in the other sealed packet. And so it's just like, it gave us a minor heart attack, because we're like, dude, there's one, we're missing an enemy.
There's only 8 cards, we're supposed to have 9 cards.
And they're like, oh my gosh. And then I remembered this actually happened in the PPC.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, no, it's in the other one.
And that is something that's really interesting, is you really have to compare against your PPC and what you approved to make sure it's the same. Mythic Mischief is our classic game that has this story where something changed. In the dice in Mythic Mischief, they're used to track actions. You're not rolling them for random stuff. So you take them in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever. And in our MPC, they were scrambled.
Yep.
And I had a panic attack and was like, oh my gosh, I've screwed this up. This is going to cost so much money. They'd made like 400,000 dice or some insane amount of dice. I don't know how many it was. And so I went back to our PPC and was like, no, these dice are right. And so what had happened is someone at the factory was like, oh my gosh, their dice are in the wrong order. Let me fix that for them. And then printed them all. And so, of course, Panda fixed that, and they were a great partner for that. But you have to pay attention or something like that's going to happen.
So the other thing that we did was I read. So we have Honor's End. It's a deck builder, cooperative game. There's a whole story. It's a huge book, and you read the story, and then there are things in the margins that tell you what to do gameplay-wise. So you'll all read the story, and you might read a character, I might read a character, someone's the narrator, whatever. We'll do that, and it'll direct you to take cards out of envelopes. And so basically, I just went through and we read every single margin. We pulled out all the cards in every single envelope, made sure all the references were right, the numbers were right, that every single card was there, because I've been having a lot of anxiety about this game shipping out to people, and then they get to chapter 6 and they're like, I don't have
This card's not here.
6-3, and it ruins their experience. And this game has so many little details.
Right.
And we did catch one small detail in
small,
chapter
though.
like 6. Okay, so basically it says, so in chapter 6, spoilers, skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to know about
It's not a real spoiler.
getting 3 action cards, or 4, you get 4 new action cards in chapter 6. And when you get them, action cards are poker size. When you get them, if you're only playing three players, it tells you to discard the remaining, like everybody gets one, and then discard the remaining one to the equipment supply pile. It should say advanced action card supply pile. My bad. That's the only error we found, and we're not going to reprint 10,000 books.
No, we are not going to do that. And in addition to that, we have a living FAQ that Zach is working on. It's going to be on the website that has any errata that we need, and we've already added that to the notes for what's going to be in there. Luckily, I think we're only at like 3 entries. It's pretty small.
Yeah, no, I was like, so I think, and you say working on, I'm not actively working on it. It will have been done by the time you get your game.
Yeah.
There will be something up there. But I will also, I'm still trying to think about how we want to do it. But I imagine there will be a lot of clarifications that we can't think of. It's a deck builder. There is a ton of cards in this deck builder. And with any deck builders, there's lots of synergies. There's synergies where you're just like, oh, does this work together? And like, we've played the game a ton. We try to make sure that it's pretty self-explanatory how these synergies might work. But there are going to be moments with certain enemies and their abilities where you're like, oh, does this work like this against this? And then we'll be able to add those and update those over time. I'm almost wondering, like, should we do some kind of like submission question form or something? Obviously, you can get an answer on Discord, but like it'd be nice to funnel that into something where we could just like, every other week just kind of look at it and be like, oh, should we add an update to, this boss so people are, know what to do, that kind of thing.
You were talking about the margins of the book, and one thing I love about that, how that all worked out, is we explain new content as it's revealed to the players in those margins. And that was the other main thing we were checking. It's like, hey, we just taught them about this thing. Should that be what's taught right now? Is that what this enemy is doing to them, or is that what ability they just got? And so it was really, really fun to just like not have any problems.
I know, yeah.
Because that was a huge, we did it for like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was a big chunk of the day.
Yeah.
But very pleased to say all the cards are there, all of the foiling treatments look fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
That's the big upgrade from PPC to MPC, and we didn't take a lot of pictures because it's really something that you see and feel in person.
Yeah.
When you move the cards around, like the holographic and foiling quality takes a big jump. And also just the printing quality. They use totally different machines. It goes from digital printing to offset printing, and it just looks like real cards. Whereas before, it looks like cards you could have maybe printed at home on like a really nice printer, and the cuts are not, it's not the same cutting. I don't think it's the same cut machine, right?
No.
So it's just a totally different process, and they finally, it looks like a real game for the first time, and that's really exciting.
Yeah, I remember the other thing I did that day, which was I sleeved the whole game, including all of the bonus content that you unlock. And I can confirm for all you sleeve fans out there that it fits very, very nicely and has additional space if we come out more content in there. And that all comes down to the block system that we put in the wells. And I'm really excited about that. We'll show that in a picture, either on an update or in this video. But it's turned out really nicely.
Yeah, I think, if anything, the box is on the bigger side. I think there is a good chance we could fit a potential volume 2 in the main box.
The book won't fit, but everything else should.
Yes. Yeah. So, but I mean, I think if you're going to go bring it to someone's house, you're not going to take book 1. Like
if you've already beat book 1, why bring it? Yeah. The other thing is, have we announced what can go in those gap filler spaces if you don't sleeve?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Are you okay with doing that?
Sure, yeah.
So
Have you tried it?
I think Dane did.
Dane did, yeah.
Dane did. All right, so we're trying this. I guess we won't commit to it right now, but we're trying this. If you don't sleeve your cards, there are basically spacers in there that take up a bunch of space in the box, so your cards just aren't flying everywhere. If you take those spacers out and you bought the upgrade pack that had the dice towers in it, the dice towers will now be sized, hopefully, to fit where the spacers fit, and so they will fit inside your box assembled instead of you having to lay them flat in the spare box. And so that was an idea that came to us pretty late in the process, and I don't even know how it happened, honestly. But I'm really excited about that because I don't want to take apart my dice towers every time. And I don't sleeve cards too often because I can get more cards for our games.
That's true. I also don't like the pointy edges, so.
Zach has delicate hands.
They gotta look good in videos, you know? Anything else on Honor's End?
I'm just really excited for it.
When do we get the rest of the MPC?
The 2 books are already en route. The dice come out the end of the month.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's almost, so they are still literally making all of the dice right now?
I don't know why the dice are taking longer. My guess is they are waiting for the delivery of all of the dice.
Ah, that makes sense.
Because I bet they're using an external partner. I'm not positive.
Maybe Kirk and Dane will get to see them making them. So Kirk, our COO, and Dane, he's head of production and does a lot of graphic design work. They are on their way right now to China to visit our manufacturers. So they've got visits with all 3 of our manufacturers, Panda, Longpack, and Wutz. And I'm very excited for them.
They're there for like 10 days.
Yeah, if you're going to go over there, it's going to take a while. Might as well, make a trip out of it. So I'm excited to get pictures back. I'm excited for them. This is both of their first time going to China.
Dane is a little bit of a picky eater, so we are worried he's going to be a lot skinny.
Like that on the show.
Yep. We're worried he's going to be a lot skinnier when he gets back, but I think he'll be able to find something to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's my biggest fear for them, honestly.
But I'm excited. I mean, they're obviously going to get a lot more knowledge of how these things. I don't know why it would be helpful. I just think it'd be very helpful to see how these things come out of machines and how the molding works for the dice, all that stuff. So I'm excited for them to see all that. Maybe we'll get some pictures we'll be able to share with all. I thought there is a bit of, I don't know if security is the right word, but they're basically like, there's only certain things they're allowed to take pictures and videos of, which is kind of funny. But
they don't want us to reveal other projects from other clients.
That's fair.
That's like the main thing.
That's fair.
And that makes sense.
So hopefully we'll have some behind the scenes footage of you maybe on our YouTube or Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
So
very excited.
I've been working on a couple other things this week. I have been working on a small box prototype, and this is a scoop, in the Mythic Mischief universe.
Ooh, and I beat you twice at it.
Yes, you did, and then I changed the rules.
As you do.
As you do.
As one does.
And I've tried like 6 or 7 different prototypes for a small box Mythic game, and spoiler, my kids have been playing a lot of Stratego lately. And I was like, what if this had less memory and didn't take 50 minutes? And that turns out was a good starting prompt. So if you know of any Stratego likes out there that I should watch out for, I did some searching, and there's some for sure, but I don't think anything that's similar to what we got cooking. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. I enjoyed it a lot. I said ship it right away. Obviously, you don't think it's ready, but
I played once against Max, and it's like kind of a capture the flag type situation, and I just kind of bullied him and like just took all of his pieces, and we kind of knew it was over, and there needs to be like a nice like comeback potential. He was basically just like, I knew it was over, and we still had like
20 turns,
10 more minutes of play, and that's not fun. So we're trying to we're working on it. So that's something I'm excited about. And then obviously we got 10 campaign coming out. So I've been doing a bunch of videos, about 3.5 weeks.
25 days.
Yeah. So I've been doing a bunch of videos. You're going to see some video content dropping next week. We got gameplays. We got how to plays. We got overview videos. We have
Lily.
photos.
Lily's doing some promotion.
We have a tour event in this building.
Oh, shoot.
Tonight.
And you're not going to be there.
I will not be there.
You're supposed to teach.
You know what? Here's what happened. So Lily was like, oh, there's 2 different weekends or like Fridays we could do this on. And I'm like, oh, both are free. Let's do this one. Turns out that was a lie. That was a lie.
Chose the one.
I picked today and I'm not coming.
He's like, well, if we do it this night, I can't be there, so let's do that one.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, I'm teaching.
I've been married for 15 years, everybody, and this was the night that we were going out to dinner to celebrate. So I'm not missing that. Sorry, everybody.
I was going to do a Lord of the Rings reference. Like, I was there 15 years ago.
You were there 15 years ago. Austin was there.
When the
He was
ring
one of my groomsmen.
was put on your finger. You should have thrown it in the fire. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. I mean, I did lose it.
Yes,
and I haven't gotten a new one, which I really should. But I've learned about myself that I hate wearing rings. I just hate the way they feel on my fingers. I hate it.
I just buy 4 packs of these, and I lose them like crazy. But I have 3 more.
Yeah.
And they cost $13.
I feel
You don't like
it's
the rubber ones?
I don't like anything on my finger. It feels like a cage for my finger.
Wow.
I don't know about it.
It is funny seeing Zach play with it constantly when he does have one, but you haven't had one in a while.
No, I haven't had it in a long time.
Just get a tattoo.
I don't have any tattoos. I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. I got nothing against tattoos, but I'm like, I kind of want to go all in or not at all. So
Right.
I'm very conflicted. But we're getting off course here.
Yeah, sorry.
What have you been doing?
Well, the event's tonight, so I'm going to go out there and clean the entire office.
That's
because
good.
right
That's
now it's a mess because a lot of what me and Lily have been doing is packing 10 expansions. I packed a bunch last week to go to press. Lily's packing a bunch this week to go to all of the tour stops. And so we've been working on that. I've been working on stuff with retailers. I've been working on stuff with some of our foreign partners. I can't announce any of those right now, but basically our games are coming in different languages for a lot of things. And so yeah, we just have a lot going on.
And the last thing, because our battery's running out on this camera.
Almost gone.
We are going to have, the other thing I'm working on is the Attend Community Farm event. If you were here for our last 10 campaign, there was this kind of like fun multiplayer cooperative game
It's
that we
even
played
cooler
on
now.
Discord, and we've blown this thing wide open. It's going to be nuts.
It's going to be awesome.
So get ready.
I was a guinea pig just yesterday for it, and I am amazed by how far it has come. So I'm super
I
excited.
keep DMing Austin and Lily. I'm like, go chop it at space 40,
Which I don't think
42.
I've done since you asked me. I'm sorry.
And then it takes Austin a while to do it. But we're
Busy.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, keep an eye out. It's going to be wonderful and a good time. It'll be like to unlock some cool stretch goals, which we haven't done in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think the community pack for this one's actually going to be my favorite community card pack for Tend because, there are no season objectives
Yep.
for Hive or Cellar in the base game. We didn't think they were necessary,
Nope.
but they would be fun.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the main focus of the community card pack for
My
this
goodness.
campaign.
I'm thinking of some just
I know,
now.
there's some really good ideas out there. So
We're going to let the community submit? Oh, it's a community card.
That's
of course.
the whole point.
That's the whole point.
So if you'll play this mini game with everybody, hopefully join our Discord for the first time. If you're not there, please come. It'll be a good time. And everyone there is lovely and very nice. And our mods are super on top
And
of
if
the
they're not
spam.
nice, they get deleted.
They get deleted, yeah.
And by
our mods
they
are
let me
like you get bots
They're
in
so
there,
fast.
and I'm like, I'll be online, I'll look at it come in, and then it'll be like mods, and then I'm like, oh, I'll get this one, and then it's gone. One of our mods will get
they
it.
love
So thank you,
racing to get
Discord mods.
Yeah.
They should get points or something. I don't know what the points are good for.
Oh, we should definitely have an app that tracks bands.
yeah, that's
That would
good.
be hilarious. It's
That'd
just
be
like
good.
you have a band count next to your name. That would be so funny.
That's pretty good.
Lily, make that happen.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. We will see you all next week. Go play some board games.
Next week.
And in the comments, let us know what are you playing this week?
What are you playing?
What are you playing? What games are you playing?
I'll see some of you tonight.
I will
Zach
be
won't.
eating Japanese fusion food.
Dang it, I love Japanese fusion.
I know.